Welcome to Shell's After Dark Archives, the podcast where the veil between the known and the unknown is lifted. I'm your host Shell, and I'm here to guide you through the shadows of the supernatural. Here, we dive into chilling stories, unexplained mysteries, and real-life encounters with the paranormal. But this isn't just about storytelling, it's about the people behind the experiences. From ghost hunters to psychic mediums, UFO researchers to cryptid trackers, I'll be sitting down with those who dare to explore the strange and unusual. So, whether you're a skeptic, a believer, or just curious, get ready to embrace the unknown.
Turn off the lights, settle in, and prepare to journey into the After Dark Archives.
Today I am joined by the wonderful, lovely Tommy Cullum from Let's Get Freaky podcast.
Hello.
Tommy.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming back.
It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. I've been very excited for this one. So thank you very much for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. So just a little introduction for anyone who doesn't know you. What is it that you do, Tommy?
So I have a podcast called Let's Get Freaky, and we get freaky. Paranormal topics, ghosts, cryptids, UFOs. I normally have a guest on that's sharing experiences or maybe works in the field. And we just have real conversations, normally over an hour. And I feel like you get to know people, and, you know, I love getting in people's minds, and everyone's got different opinions and thoughts. And that's what I find so fascinating. And there's so much going on around us that we can't see. We all have these wild experiences, and so many of us have these experiences. And the more we share, the more ideas we get, the more, I don't know if we're ever going to get the answers to the paranormal, but
I don't think
having fun trying.
Yeah, we will. We definitely will.
Hope so. I just have more questions than ever, which is really wild, because you feel like not that we know what this crazy world is, but you feel like you get some answers, and then you talk to someone else and you go down another rabbit hole, and you've got another million questions and a million answers that, you know, it's wild, but it's fascinating.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like, I think I know quite a bit, and then I'll do something and I'll be like, I have no clue. Yeah. This is just like starting from day one again.
Yeah, I know nothing.
And I always find that, especially working with spirit, they like to get you to a certain level, and then it's almost like, I've had this recently, it's almost like they ghost you. And then you're like, well, where have they gone? They were here. Like, what's happened? Yeah. And then suddenly they come back, but it's like twice as intense as before. Yeah. And you're just like, what's going on? It's such a mind.
It does seem to go like up and down. Like since doing Let's Get Freaky, my paranormal experiences seem to intensify. I was and I don't know if that's because you're thinking about this stuff, you're talking about this stuff, therefore you start manifesting it and noticing things that maybe you wouldn't have picked up on before, maybe things that you would have brushed off before, but now you're like, hang on, that's actually, you know, fits with what so-and-so said last week, and, you know, and then the doors open. And I also think when you look into the paranormal, you kind of looks back, you kind of get what you asked for. But it's funny because recently I've not, and I'm quite happy about this, because, you know, I get very scared as much as I love it, and I've had a lot of weird stuff happen, but I've not had a lot of, touch wood, for quite a while. Nothing really too strange has happened. You know, I don't know if
the last time I came on your show, you were telling me that you'd had like a load of experiences happen.
It was getting pretty wild, and it was getting pretty scary, not just for me, for like the whole family.
Yeah,
and it
the
got
kids
to
were
a
like
point,
experiencing it and stuff.
Yes, yeah. And the wife was like, "You've got to stop doing this paranormal podcast," and I'm like, "No, I can't. I'm sorry.
I'm too far in.
I'm too far in now." She did actually the other day, because as I said, it was like getting to a level where it was getting quite worrying. Like it was just more the feeling as well that I was getting, and you know, I didn't like it, and I was praying and stuff like that, and it did stop. You know, I have to say, it did stop. It did calm. Good. But the wife did say last week, I think, that she heard me call her, whilst I was at work, she heard me call her name, which happened before. That was like something that happened, and I was like, Don't start.
Don't start again. You just have to tell them to go. They're not allowed. Yeah.
I'm interested, but just at a distance, not in my house.
Yeah. I think it's something I read recently. Or was it something I read or someone I spoke to? I can't remember. Anyway, it was basically about like kids being scared around like the paranormal and stuff. Oh no, it was a medium that I was listening to on her YouTube channel. And she was saying, like, if kids get scared or you get scared or whatever, just say, like, please, can you just stop? No, it wasn't. I'm talking absolute crap. It was Swales from the Bell Witch podcast. She was telling me about this, like what her mum had told her when her granddad was haunting her. Like, to just go up there and say, like, can you please stop? You're scaring me. Because they won't want to scare you.
Yeah.
So just tell them to stop. I had this in a hotel recently where I was getting pestered. The first night I felt like hands were around my throat. And I was like, look, I don't know who you are, what you want, but I need to sleep. Don't do that. You don't have permission to do that. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be happy to talk to you if you want to talk to me, but do not touch me physically. That is not in my boundaries. You're not allowed to do that. And the weird thing was that my best friend, she woke up in the morning and she went, I had the wildest dream. Like somebody had their hands around my throat. And I was like, funny you say that. Because I did actually have someone's hands around my throat. Yeah. But apparently this hotel is not haunted. I did loads of research before I went because it's a really old hotel. And I was like, it has to be haunted.
Yeah.
So I was like doing some research because I had this like idea that I'd randomly book the most haunted hotel in Whitby. I was like, that'd just be typical. So I did a bunch of research and I could not find a dicky bird. I was like, there's nothing about it whatsoever.
I think everywhere's haunted, to be honest. I think if you're open to it, and like you are as well, like where you've got abilities, like I think it's everywhere. I don't think there's.
Yeah.
I know certain places there seems to be, you know, higher levels of activity for whatever reason that is, but I think paranormal can happen everywhere, to be honest. Yeah.
And I don't even think sometimes it's so much hauntings. I think it's basically like a imprint of energy. Like especially in hotels and stuff, the amount of people that come in, come out, and there's like, you know, arguments, affairs, you know, happy memories. I mean, look at how many hotels in America where people have unfortunately gone and, you know, ended their lives. You know, there's energetic imprints in and out all day long. 365 days a year for however, you know, some of those hotels are what, like 300-year-old.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So there's going to be some residual things.
A lot of energy's been put into those places. Yeah. Like
it builds
pubs.
up.
Like how many pubs are haunted? Like every pub in the UK, at least the UK, is haunted.
Yeah.
We know.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so much energy there. Like every day there's people going in there that've got different problems. Good energy, bad energy, and it's just I agree. I think that's
fights breaking out and all sorts going
absolutely.
on.
Yeah.
100%.
I think there's something to that. The what you had with the strength, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound friendly.
No. Yeah, but see, sometimes like that used to bother me when things like that happened. Not so much now that when it does happen, I don't instantly think like they're trying to kill me. I'm just like, is that you showing me what happened to you, or is that you trying to just get my attention? Because they sometimes have to be quite physical to actually get our attention. I've had it before where I get poked or shoved during the night, and I think it's my husband telling me to stop snoring or something. So I get really angry with him. I'm like, why did you like push me in the night? And he's like, I didn't. And we ended up having a bit of an argument about it. And I turned around the following morning, and it happened again. I turned around to then say to him, look, you've done it again. But he was sat on the edge of the bed about to get up and go downstairs. And I was like, okay, so that wasn't him. So then I had to like tune in and find out what was going on. And it was just a spirit that was trying to get my attention. And I was like, look, I'm a human. You can talk to me when I'm meditating if you want to talk to me. But I need to sleep as a human, and please don't touch me and wake me.
Yeah, I don't think
so. It's just about boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I woke up during the night. I think I told you before, and there's been like someone standing there, you know, like the shape of someone by my bed, and it just, I can't handle it. I woke up one night recently in this house. Well, I think it was last year or maybe the year before. I lose track of when things have happened, and
I know, Tommy.
Up, yeah. and I thought my wife was sitting up crying. Like I could see the shape of, and I've like gone to like put my hand on the back to say what's wrong, and I've kind of gone through whatever this thing was and looked down, and my wife's like sound asleep, and I was
weird. Yeah,
man. I mean, so I can't handle stuff like that. I get very scared.
I used to be that way. Now I kind of have a bit more of a logical. Like, I don't immediately think it's a ghost. I immediately kind of think, like, what the hell's going on here? Let me try and figure it out. Detective work.
Yeah. You're braver than me.
Sometimes it is quite obvious. I don't know whether it's brave or stupid, to be honest. It's probably a mixture of both.
We were staying in, where was it? We was at a wedding. It was my sister-in-law's wedding. And we were staying in this old manor house. And I can't remember the name of it, but it was somewhere. It was just outside Essex, I think. I can't remember the name of it, but we were staying there. So we had our own room, and it was very old, like obviously. And we'd had, obviously, it was a wedding, so we'd had quite a few drinks. So I was in, you know, happy space.
Yeah.
And don't really remember this. I kind of remember it, but not. I don't think I would have remembered it if my wife had not mentioned it the next day. So we were staying in this room. Obviously, it was a wedding. We'd had a good time. We went to sleep. We was in like this big, like old school 4-poster bed thing and stuff like that. It was very like old fashioned and cool.
Yeah.
And we was getting like weird noises, like we was hearing knocks on the door through the night, and it was quite strange. And we would like putting it down to other guests and stuff, maybe family being silly, whatever.
Yeah.
But I do remember.
Kind of guest I am.
Yeah, yeah. Ding, 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 ding. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
But we kept, like, I'm very scared of the dark because of my experiences. So we actually had the bathroom light on the whole night. I think the wife said, not too much. She can sleep in the dark, but the kids were there as well. So we had the light on. It was we were all a bit freaked out. So we kept that light on. And in the bathroom, you know what they're called? What the light switch? The big light switch that sort of dangled down. They had this big kind of light switch, and it had like this metal, what would you call it? Just like a metal puller, basically. Yeah. I know that's not what you call it, but it was heavy. It was heavy. It was heavy, and it was just swinging. It was just like swinging quite fast. Okay. Like, and there was no. I don't think there was a breeze or anything like that. And I got up, and I kind of remember this, but kind of don't, like my wife told me the next day. And apparently I went over to this thing while it was swinging. I grabbed it and I went, it's okay. It's okay. Right? Left it stopped it swinging, went back to bed. Obviously I'm out of it. And then apparently it just started swinging again. Don't know what that was all about. I don't know if I've ever shared that.
I've never heard of anyone talking to a light switch before, but here we are.
But I'm thinking I'm communicating with something, maybe. I don't know.
You were using it as a pendulum.
Yeah, that's what it was like. I was obviously very intoxicated when this happened. I'd had a few drinks. But I kind of remember, I don't remember saying, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know what I was thinking, you know. But yeah,
I mean, we've all probably talked to inanimate objects while we've been drunk.
Yeah.
But
well, I thought I was communicating with, an angry spirit or something. I don't know.
I can imagine you kind of being the person that like would get a bit merry, and somebody goes to you like, "Do you want to do a Ouija board?" You go like, "Yeah,
probably."
And then the next day you'll be like, "What happened?
What have I done? What have I opened? No." Yeah, I would. Yeah, when I've had a few,
would be funny.
I don't tend to, because I like a beer or two. You know, I don't tend to go too crazy now. But this was a wedding. You know, it was a free bar. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it's always nice when somebody else is fitting
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I have found like the more spiritual I get. I mean, I haven't drank since October last year.
Oh,
so
well done.
And I find that it helps me especially with like communication, because I'm more in control of it now. Whereas like when I used to have a drink, I wasn't like a heavy drinker or anything, but when you have like a glass of wine or whatever, you kind of then lose that.
Yes.
It just becomes a bit more lucid and a bit more fluid. And I think that was like half the problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, I think now that I don't drink, I've gone like to the fact that I'm just drinking herbal teas and water these days. So I've gone.
That's pretty good. That's what I've got right now. I've got a nice cup of tea right now.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
I've
got some nice water.
Yeah, but you feel better for it though, because
I do, yeah. Yeah. I do miss the odd fizzy drink every now and again.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for energy drinks. I know they're not good.
Oh, no.
I know they're not good, but they're just so nice. I try and only have like one a day at least. Like that's it.
I think one a day is still quite bad, isn't it?
It is bad, yeah. It is. They're not good for you. I know. No. So yeah, not drinking energy drinks.
Yeah, strongest one I've ever had is Lucozade. I did have a bit of a Lucozade problem at one stage.
Wow.
I know, when this grand scheme of problems, that's probably, my biggest addiction was Lucozade.
My name's Michelle and I have a problem.
Yeah. I used to drink a Lucozade every day for about a month.
Mental.
It wasn't just the original, it was the orange.
Oh. Wow.
Only the orange Lucozades would do. There was the one that could just get that little edge. So bizarre.
Oh. I love it.
Yeah, there's an insight to my past. It's all in the past now. I'm a changed woman.
Not had a Lucozade for 300 days.
Yeah.
2 hours.
It's been years. So, Tommy, you said to me that you have a few little ghost stories that you want to share with us.
I have indeed. So where should we go first? I'll tell you this, I find this one fascinating, and this is my mum's friend. So this is a person my mum knows. So my mum lives in France, in like a tiny little village where there's not many people. She's up in the mountains. It's like very much community. So everyone kind of knows everyone, sort of thing, and she's always been fascinated with the paranormal as well. And since I've been doing Let's Get Freaky, like she's like my biggest fan, and she is your biggest fan. Yeah, promotes me massively in France, and everyone she talks to, like she brings up now the paranormal. Have you had experiences? And I've got so many stories from France. But this is pretty wild. So one of my mum's friends, when she was younger, she lived in a house that was next to a graveyard. And
it's my kind of house.
Yeah, freaky.
I would love it.
And at night in her bedroom, she would be sleeping and she would see people just walking through her room from one side to the other. It was very common. She would see this quite a lot. And they were all different types of people. They would just walk through and she wouldn't really understand what was going on. She would just sort of be in bed scared, and she'd just be watching these, could be a few, could be one, could be two. But it was like, it happened quite a lot. One night she was laying there and there was entities, spirits walking through her room. And she would say they would come in from one wall, literally walk through and through the other wall. And she said there was this girl that walked through. She was watching. She stopped. First time this had happened, looked at her in her bed and started trying to communicate with her and was like trying to say something. And the girl in the bed said she could hear like sound, but she couldn't like make out what she was saying. It was like muffled.
Yeah, and you see that sometimes in like movies, don't you, where the spirit's like,
yeah. Like it didn't know. Yeah. Say again.
Yeah, can't quite hear you.
Can you write that down?
Do charades.
Yeah. Is it a film?
Yeah.
But yeah. So she's obviously the girl in it, but she's terrified. But this spirit is trying to communicate, and they're not it's not going through. Whatever she's trying to say, she's not getting the message.
Yeah.
Anyway, this ghost, spirit, entity, whatever you want to call it, gives up basically and just walks through, carries on, walks through. Other spirits are going through. Now, I think it was like the next week or a couple of days later, the family was in the graveyard. Obviously, they lived right next door. They was always there. And they said there was a new grave. So they've gone over to the grave and there's a picture on the grave of this girl.
Wow.
Yeah. And as soon as she saw it, she was like, that's the girl that I saw, you know. And I just found that such an interesting story. And that lady, so she's obviously a lady now. She's my mum's friend. She's a parapsychologist. So that kind of, that experience when she was a kid has like obviously pushed her to.
Yeah. She obviously got that for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
To like push her on that path.
Yeah.
So it seems like that whenever there was someone due to go to that graveyard, like a burial or whatever, that they obviously went through, like went to the ground and then went through the house, or maybe went through the house and then went to the ground. Who knows? I
think whatever she was seeing, I think there may be some kind of portal in her room.
Yeah, and that's what it sounds like.
Coming in and out, and she was seeing it. What's interesting though is talking to my mum about this and asking her to ask the questions. She said she doesn't have paranormal experiences now, which I find quite interesting because you've experienced something so amazing. Like that's like an unbelievable experience, you know. You think she would like sort of carry on having experiences, and apparently she doesn't.
Especially if she's a parapsychologist, she's like literally putting herself in that field.
Yeah,
she? Like,
absolutely.
All the time.
Yeah. So I find that quite interesting as to why, like, but yeah. So
well, maybe she's like shut it off now.
Yeah, which I think you can do.
You can do, yeah. Because I've done it when I was a kid. I was getting too scared, so I just went no. And then now, I obviously, as an adult, I want to be like, I want to see them again. I want to hear them again. Like trying to communicate with them is totally different now to when I was a kid. And I kind of think, oh, it was so easy when I was a kid. Now I have to like really like learn the skill and, you know, really like focus and put time into it and all the rest of it, which I'm not bothered about, obviously, because it is what you have to do. But I just think when you're a kid, it's so easy. You could just open your eyes and there they are.
Yeah.
But also so terrifying at the same stage.
Absolutely, yeah. I told you before, I think I shared on the last time I was on the podcast, the big experience I had when I was a kid, when I woke up during the night and there was a man sitting there in my room, like a full-bodied apparition.
You're William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare himself, yeah.
That would be cool.
That was, but looking back, like, it's a cool experience, and it's probably why I've done Let's Give. It's probably led me a certain way into the paranormal, because for me that was like undeniable. That was like, I was 10 years old. Yeah. You know, it was such a big impact on my life.
Yeah, you know what you saw, and you can't unsee that once you've seen it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So amazing. I really like that story.
It's interesting.
I think it's not really, I wouldn't say it was like a proper like scary story. I think it's actually quite sweet.
Well, it depends how you look at this stuff. I mean, I would be terrified, but I think I get it, because it's quite sad, the fact that girl was obviously going through a big moment in her, I won't say life because she's passed, but you know, it's a big moment she's obviously going through, and it must be. Yeah. Obviously, we don't know what happens in that stage, you know. But it must be. It sounds like in that situation that this girl was like confused, maybe wanted to reach out to someone, and you know, and that is quite sad. I think that's quite sad.
Do you know what? I just popped into my brain about it. So when a spirit passes, they obviously look for the light. Like if a spirit's stuck, you get a light for them so they can kind of go towards it. Yeah. So I think that possibly, because there's this whole thing around spirits where they can actually like, they reckon that when they have a funeral or something, they actually attend the funeral, kind of because we're a bit nosy and want to see who turned up and what they say about us, which is like natural curiosity, I suppose. So I wonder if she like had turned up when she'd been, what do they call it? Not exhumed, because that's when internment. That's when they put them into the ground, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So when they actually bury them, it's called an internment, I think. So when that happened, she was obviously maybe there looking for a light. And if this girl was like spiritually open, she would have been a light.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's where the spirits, they all turned up at the graves for when they were put into the ground, and then they like just go looking for the light to get back.
Yeah.
And then saw that she was spiritually like the closest spiritually open person.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was just happened to be like that portal that they could actually access to get through. Or maybe this girl, without knowing, had created that portal.
Yeah.
So that because she was so open.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I find it interesting that none of the other entities tried to communicate. Yeah, I'd love to talk to this lady. I'd love to. She's. I don't know if she can talk English. Maybe we could do something, but
yeah, you could get your mum to like interpret.
Yeah, she can be in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. What did she say, Mum?
Yeah, can use. Yeah. My mum can't talk French.
GPT
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there is going to be a stage where literally what we're doing right now, if you're talking to someone of a different language, I believe it already happens on like phone conversations. They can do that. They can translate it in the moment. Yeah. And I'm sure that's going to happen with what we're going to have
like earpieces or something, aren't we? That you see in movies, because I always say that if it's in a movie, somebody's had the idea.
It's coming.
And they know how to make it look like a thing. So
yes,
all it needs is a scientist who's able to put the dots together to actually create it, and then Bob's your uncle.
Absolutely. FaceTime has been in movies.
French.
Yeah. FaceTime and things like that, that was in movies long before we had our phones and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And time travellers have been seen with phones.
Yeah, I find some of them fascinating.
Yeah, some of those pictures are wild.
Yeah, you seen the Mike Tyson fight one?
No,
so there is there's a Mike Tyson's having a fight. I don't know if it's early 90s or I think it's early 90s. But there's a guy sitting like I think he's like on the front row, and he looks like he's got like a Motorola cell phone that wasn't out for like obviously 20 years later or whatever it was. Yeah. It's weird. Mad. It's a weird picture. There's a few of those.
Yeah. I love things like that.
Yeah.
It just makes the mind go like, what?
Yeah.
Or like videos where you see someone walking and they just disappear.
Yeah. It's so hard now with AI. It's so hard to know.
But I mean, like, if you looked at them like 5 years ago.
5 years ago, you're like, yeah, that's 100% legit.
Yeah. Now.
Which is wild.
Yeah. Now you've got cats playing the guitar and all sorts.
Yeah.
It's just like, what's going on?
No, but now we don't. It's hard to believe anything. I think now. I think now, if you caught the perfect apparition on your cell phone, like with the day's newspaper, like shaking your hand, people are not going to believe it now at all. It's going to be so hard. You catch a Bigfoot now, nobody's going to believe it. You know, if you got another Patterson Gimlin style film right now, nobody's ever going to believe that now. So it
is hard. But then you've also got those people that believe everything.
Yeah.
And they think we're the ones that are crazy.
Yeah.
Be like, no, this cat is playing a guitar.
This cat can sing. Listen.
Sounds like Mariah Carey, but it's still a cat that sings.
I used to be really bad when I started Let's Give. I would share some of, when I look back now, like some of the paranormal videos that I thought were legit. And now I look back and I'm like, I shared some of the things I shared. But I, as you say,
it's a learning process.
3 years ago, like everything that we saw was real. Like, I mean, debatable, but you know, I would share like dragon videos and stuff that I thought were legit. Maybe they are, but
they could be.
I hope they are.
I would love to see a dragon.
Yeah,
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I think dragons are real.
Excited.
I think dragons are real.
Yeah, they must come from somewhere. Like they used to be drawn in caves and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah. In the encyclopedia, it was only recently they put mythological. Like apparently back in the day, they were rare creatures in the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
So
suspicious. they're bound to be somewhere still, somewhere that we haven't explored, because there's no way we've explored every ounce of the world.
No, absolutely. You just look at our oceans, like what is in the ocean. There's so much that we don't know about our own ocean. I've
explored some bits of my house, to be honest. There's still bits of my house that I'm like, how long's that been there? And my husband's like, since the day we moved in. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so, there's so much more. There's so much more in your house, let alone the world.
I'm sure there's a portal where things keep coming in and be like, what's that? The same with when people make mess and he's like, what did you put sugar over the counter or something? I'm like, that wasn't me. He's like, who was it then? I was like,
don't know.
Ghost, aliens, anyone but me.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
I'm sure I've asked you this before, but does your partner have experiences?
If he has, he hasn't told me. He's the most sceptical person that I think I would ever meet in my life.
Yeah.
He thinks, like, when I talk to him about experiences I've had, like, I swear he might get me committed one day, because he just thinks... You could just see it. I start talking to him and you could just see his brain, like, slowly, like, shut off to everything I'm saying. Yeah. And he's just like, right.
That's so interesting, though. That's quite common. I find that is quite common. Like, with a lot of couples, one of the partners doesn't believe in this stuff, and one of the partners is seeing, like, interdimensional gnomes in their bedroom and stuff like that. It's like the completely different ends of the scale.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's that you need someone to, like, do the grounding work.
Yeah.
Like, keep you... Because if I didn't have him, God knows what I'd be seeing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But does he probably be meditating every night and all sorts?
Does he believe in, like, the paranormal? Like, does he believe that there's more going on? Really?
No.
That's so
He's, like, a massive Star Trek fan and, like, sci-fi fan, all of that. But I think it's because it's on TV...
Mm-hmm.
He's so logical that he can't, like, expand his brain to be like, I can believe in something that I've got no evidence for.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he used to be a policeman as well, so his brain is designed literally for, like, evidence-based things. He said, if I see something, then that might change, but...
It's fair enough.
I keep willing it. I'm going to have to, like, start manifesting some stuff in the house or something. Like, going on the paranormal investigations, being like, come home with me. My husband would love you. Just terrify him. But, yeah, I mean, even with me saying, you know, that something was touching me, and he knew that I'd been experiencing that, and saying, like, because I was accusing him of it. But I don't really know what he thinks, like, does he think she's a bit crazy?
He thinks you're crazy.
Yeah. But clearly he should know me enough to know that I wouldn't just make something like that up.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I find so interesting.
It's weird. Yeah. Really weird. But I mean, I do readings for people and, you know, I tell him things that I have, like, happen to me when I have my mentorship moments, because something really crazy happened with that recently. And I told him about it and I thought, how am I explaining this? There's no way that you can think that I'm actually crazy, because, like, where would my brain just take this information from and just say, like, oh, do you know what happened 5 minutes ago? This happened, never experienced it before. And he's just like, oh, yeah.
I find it interesting.
But we've now got this dynamic where I just blurt that all out. He goes, oh, right. And then, like, asks me what we're having for dinner or something. And then I just go, like, fish and chips. Because I can't be asked to explain anymore. It's just, like, became a normal thing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So my wife's had quite a few experiences herself. You know, so I think
she's a bit more open.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's been going down some rabbit holes with conspiracies recently.
Oh, like, really cool.
On Instagram, on the reels, and she's sending me all these conspiracies that she's finding. And I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm going round and round the rabbit holes. And she's at that stage at the moment where she's like, every reel she sees is like, this is legit.
And you're like, that was debunked in 2010.
Yeah, that could be that. It could be that. It could be this. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's so much out there that that it can't all be true, especially when it comes to conspiracies, because there's so many.
Yeah, there's some pretty wild ones. Yeah. But I also find some of the really wild ones have now been proven to actually be facts. Oh, yeah, and you think, what kind of world are we living in?
No, conspiracies are definitely real, 100%.
Yeah.
I think they do create.
Did it say they were like a 6-month timeline or something before you were called a fact checker?
Yeah. I do think they do create some wild ones just to throw in the mix, and then if that's like if someone who's skeptical sees that, they're like, it's all a load of rubbish, But I think there's definitely
throw us off the scent.
100%. I don't believe we landed on the moon. 100%.
No,
I mean,
yeah, my mum was very much like, that never happened.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah, she was like, well, one, where's the cameraman? Why is there shadows? All of that. And I was like, okay, she might be onto something here.
But it's so hard because you talk to someone that does believe we're on the moon and they'll give you like 10 facts and you're like, okay, maybe we did. And then you talk to someone else that gives you 10 facts and you're like, okay, I don't think we did. So
but then there's those videos where the astronauts themselves won't answer the questions.
Yes, that's very dodgy. Yeah,
like absolutely. When he won't swear on a Bible.
Yeah,
to and he just walks off.
Yeah, and there's a lot of weird videos.
Yeah, when he's interviewed, a kid asks him the question or something, and he's like, "Well, it's because we didn't."
Yes,
and you're just like, "What?"
Buzz Aldrin. Yeah.
And
their first ever press conference once they got back. Have you seen that?
I don't think I have. No,
it's very strange. They're like, I mean, I guess they've obviously just been on this wild adventure, if you look at it that way. But they might be a bit tired. I think
if I'd just come back from space, though, I wouldn't be talking to anyone.
No. But you'd think they'd be like, really, we've just been to the moon, man. But they're very dejected, and it's very strange. There's a lot of
and also, why have we never been back?
Absolutely, you think
if we've got the technology, then why have we not
apparently they've
back?
Lost the technology, and that is another thing that I just
lost
can't.
Where?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it in my house?
And we've got. It probably is. Have you checked your spare room?
Yes, there it is.
But they say we've got more power on our cell phones. There's more. These are smarter than the technology they use to get to the moon. So, how did we get here, Michelle?
Lies, constant lies. They're just messing with our heads.
They are. They're playing with us. We're in a matrix.
Wild, absolutely wild.
Do you want another ghost story?
Yes. I feel like we've gone on like ghosts to
we're going everywhere.
Conspiracies to aliens to.
I'm sorry.
Space travel is fine. I love it. Continue.
So, I have got quite a few stories from Devon. Dartmoor. Have you been to Dartmoor?
I have. I used to go there quite a lot as a kid.
Oh, did you?
Devon. Yeah, Devon and all that area. Because originally we're from Norfolk. So me, my nanny and granddad, my mum, dad, aunt, uncle, all our cousins, we used to get in 2 cars and all just make our way to Devon. Stay in a caravan, stay at Butlins, whatever.
Yeah.
Wild
it's such
times.
A cool place. Dartmoor is very I went there quite recently and it's still very much like it was as I remember as a kid. Because we used to go to Cornwall every summer for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And on the way back, we'd always stop in Dartmoor for the day and just spend the day there. And my dad used to spend a lot of time there when he was a kid. So it's a special place for him.
Yeah.
And there is I don't know. There is like a magic there. You sort of feel like you're stepping back in time. There's a lot of ghost stories. There's a lot of pixie lore and things like that.
Yeah, I remember going looking for pixies when I was a kid.
Yes, yeah.
I probably saw a few and didn't even realise. Probably blanked it out of my memory. Yeah. But I used to go in all the crystal shops and stuff there, and yeah. Loved
so
it.
Cool, very old fashioned and really a cool vibe there, but a very spooky vibe at the same time. Yeah, and a lot of weird stuff has happened to my family there. Have you heard of I don't know if we spoke about it before, Jay's Grave. Have you heard of that?
I don't think so. Is that the one that you did that little video on? Yeah. I
did a video.
Yeah, I saw the video and I was like, we need more of this, Tommy.
Yeah. It's Jay's Grave, and it's also known as Kitty's Grave as well. There's like two different names. But it's such a strange thing. I've always been very scared of it. Because when I was a little kid, I used to hear a lot of stories from my dad, and it was always something that I sort of saw as like kind of unlucky. And there's a reason why. So Jay's Grave, or Kitty's Grave, it's a grave that was from the 18th century. There was a young girl in the village that got pregnant out of wedlock. And I believe she was also a married man or something like that. It was
right.
Very controversial. You know, it's controversial, but it was very controversial back then.
Yeah, quick hide it.
Yes, yes. and they kind of, obviously this was seen as a sin, and the man that she was with rejected her, and at this time this was like a very bad thing to happen, obviously, and she unlived herself. She committed suicide. Very sad. And in those times, if that happened, you wasn't going to be buried in the cemetery with everyone else. You know, they buried her on a roadside, like far away from the village, and it was at like on a crossroads as well. And the thinking behind that was that if her soul rises, it won't be able to find its way home, which is kind of dark. You know, that's not a nice thought process going on there, but that's why they buried her there. And it's you can see it, it's still there. Like you can see the mound. There's like a little stone on there. I thought it was marked, but it's not actually marked. There's no signs or anything. You just have to kind of know. You just have to kind of know about it. Yeah. It has changed. The layout's kind of changed. It's not a crossroads anymore. It's like a straight road, and then there's like a little path that you can take next to the grave.
Oh, like a public footpath type thing.
Yeah. Okay. And the legend is, and whenever I've been there, there is always like small picked fresh flowers. And I've always seen, every time I've been there, they've always been there. The legend is that they change every day. And when I was little, I was told that the pixies would change the flowers every day. That was like the legend. I don't know if it's locals that kind of go down there and put flowers.
Carry on the legend.
The legend, yeah. But there's like money coins on there, and there's like flowers on there. And I always found it like fascinating as a kid. My dad, so he would go every summer there. My nan and granddad would stay in a hotel nearby, and my dad and his brother and sister would like stay in a separate hotel where they'd do like horse riding and stuff, like a little summer camp kind of thing. Yeah. And so my dad had a horse, and he would go out in Devon with other kids, and they'd ride their horses around. And on two occasions, so one summer they were riding to Jay's Grave, near Jay's Grave. And it's quite, you can see it now, but I think when my dad was a kid, it would have been, the roads probably weren't as good and stuff like that. So it would have been kind of, you can still miss it now. It's not, as I say, it's not marked at all. But the horses are going towards this grave, and one of the girls that my dad was with on her horse went over the grave. And the horse just went crazy, bolted, threw her off the horse. She like broke her arm. It was like quite serious. Yeah. And then the next year they went back, and they were like riding in the same path. And the same girl on the same horse, as they were like coming up towards the grave again. She didn't actually ride on it this time, but she was near it. The horse freaked out again and like threw her off. And I think she like broke her leg the second time. And that was like 2 years in a row at the same point. And you can say coincidence, but
she's like, I'm never coming here again.
I don't really believe in coincidences. Like, there's too many.
Yeah,
I guess it can happen, but it is weird. There was another time when my dad always used to show us the grave. And I remember when we were kids, and I remember one time we were driving towards the grave. We'd just been to the village, and he was like, let's go and see Jay's grave. And we're driving towards it, and my dad, we couldn't find it. So he drove past it, And then he went to reverse to turn around. And my mum went, "Stop, there's the grave." My dad nearly ran over. And as kids, we're like, all the stories we've heard and stuff, we're like, no, like, don't.
We're not going to make it home.
Yeah. So we nearly drove onto the grave. But that day, whilst we was there, my nan had called my mum and was just saying, "How's your holiday?" and stuff like that. And my mum went to my nan, "Oh, we're at Jay's grave." And my nan was like, got a little bit upset. And my mum was like, "What's up?" My nan had a dog called Jay, and he had passed, like, I don't know if it was that day or a couple of days before. And she was like, I didn't want to tell you this, but Jay has passed away, the dog, and the family dog.
Wow.
And we was all like, at Jay's grave, we just learned that Jay had passed away. And we were all like, it wasn't a good... I'm not saying it was anything to do with being at the grave, but it was like...
No.
It just gave us that vibe, that negative vibe, basically.
Yeah.
And, so that's always stayed with me. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to get Tom to clip this bit, because the minute you started talking, there was a noise of a woman.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Shell.
I don't know. I'm really sorry, but there's a noise of a woman.
Don't freak me out.
It was probably my end. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I didn't hear it. What do you mean a woman? Like, what sort of...
It was like a woman go like...
That's
like that
really
kind of noise.
That's really weird. I've got chills. That's actually giving me chills.
I just thought maybe it was someone like outside the house, but I've got noise cancelling earphones on, so
I don't normally hear anything. Yeah. We'll have to listen back.
But you didn't react like you'd heard anything like around you or anything.
No.
Weird.
That's freaked me out.
I'm gonna have to.
I need to stop talking about this stuff.
You need to stop doing these podcasts. Weird shit happens.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well,
it didn't sound negative, and it didn't sound malicious.
Okay.
So, but I'll get Tom to clip it so we can hear it. You look really worried, and I feel really bad now.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Well,
It's fine.
There's been other weird evil stuff. Yeah, well, that's good then. But as I say, I went this summer to visit the grave, and I've done that little video.
You did that video,
Instagram,
which was really good.
No, thank you. But we all said, like, we didn't get a bad vibe this time. Like, none of us had, like, my wife didn't have a bad vibe, because I was saying, we're going to go and see this grave. Some weird things happened when we was a kid there. My dad had this, and she was like, "Really? Do you want to come and see this grave?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's amazing." And as we pulled up, our wedding song started playing on the car. So my wife was like,
see, that's
I get
nice.
a good vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just, it was quite cool to see it again after quite a while. But so I put that video out, and I had a few people reach me to say, I had a weird experience there, and people started telling me their experiences at the grave. And one lady that lived there, or lived close by, said that she saw like a black cloaked figure standing over the grave one day. And I thought that was very interesting.
I like it when you tell those stories and like people then share their experiences.
Yeah.
I like it when people on YouTube, you get it in the comments and they're like, "Oh, I loved listening to this because a similar thing happened to me." And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Putting out these stories so that people don't realise that, they realise that they're not alone.
Yeah, it's a lot more common than
weirdness.
Most people have had some sort of weird experience. Most people have seen something or know someone that they trust deeply that have had a big experience, Yeah. It's very rare to meet someone that's not experienced anything. Maybe your husband.
Yeah.
But he's got you. He's got you. And you.
I should really interview him on this one.
You should.
Just tell him stories.
I find that quite interesting.
Yeah.
I've not had like a big skeptical person on yet. I don't think. I've had skeptical people on, but not like against the paranormal. That would be quite interesting.
For absolutely everything. I'll suggest it to you and see what he says. He is a bit of an enigma, though. He doesn't like to be seen.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. We can put a screen up.
We could do that thing where it's just like an outline of a person. or like, you know, where they black it out a bit. And
absolutely, yeah. I hope people
like,
come
well, keep your identity.
Yeah, some people don't want their name and their identity. I get it. Yeah, you know. But yeah, let's do it. That'd be interesting.
That'd be hilarious. I'd just be sat like this the whole time, going, "I'm so sorry, Tommy. I'm so sorry."
No. I enjoy talking to skeptical people.
Yeah. You'll probably become the mediator between me and him. I'd be like, but how can you say that?
Well, guys, calm down.
Look, this isn't divorce counselling.
Yeah. Remember, we love each other.
This is a safe space.
This is safe.
I feel like you're just not understanding me.
Michelle's back on the Lucasade. No, I've had enough. I've had enough.
I've got a 6-pack.
I got a big bottle today. Yeah.
2 litres. Here we go. That is probably what would happen. Yeah. I'd be like, that's it. I'm off to the shops.
Oh, we got to do it. We got to do
it. You've driven me to the Lucasade. He'd be like, you've driven me mad for 15 years. Now you know how I feel. It'd be very entertaining.
Yeah, we've got to do it. To say the least. We've got to do it.
Yeah, I'll approach him.
Yeah, let's see. It would be interesting. I mean, we meet people that are skeptics, and you tell them about. I don't know about you. When you tell them about the podcast that you do, and they're like, "Oh, you Bigfoot," and and they give you that look. You're like, yeah. Really look into it, and there's a lot to it.
We have it usually, like our paranormal team, when we're outside a building or whatever, and then you get like people walking their dog past or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh, the pub's not open tonight," and we'll be like, "Yeah, we know, we're just going in there to do something," and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And they're like, "Well, paranormal investigators," and they're just like, you can see their face, and then suddenly they're like, "Oh, I saw a ghost once. This happened to me." Right, we were outside a pub, and then the dog walker went, "Actually, that woman's house up there, they get loads of activity. He actually walked me to her house, rang the doorbell," and I was like, "Please, no, this is really embarrassing."
Wow.
And he went, "These lot are down the pub. They're doing a paranormal investigation. I told them about your house being haunted." And then her and her husband started telling me about the stuff that had happened in their house. Wow. And I was just like, yeah, I'm really sorry for like bothering you. This is really awkward.
My team are going to come in now.
Yeah. But Liam was like, "Michelle, you go." And I was like,
but I love that. I love that. Because as we said, so many people have had these experiences and can't always share them, you know, with someone that's going to listen and, you know, accept what they're saying. So I think it's important. The more people that share, the more people that talk about this kind of stuff, the more normal it gets, really.
The more we manifest it into existence.
Yeah, the more we, probably explains why the world is so crazy right now, because we're probably pushing it towards us.
Stirring it up. Yeah. We're just like, it's all right, it's a safe space. Come on, aliens.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. There's many a times where I've been like, just take me off this wild ride.
Yeah, let's go.
Beam me up.
I
don't think there are. I think there's like, it would be like Earth. There's nasty ones and there's good ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
everything's about balance, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's different types of everything. I think there's a lot of different things going on that we kind of put in the same bracket.
Yeah.
And I think like with UFOs, for example, I think there's many different things happening there. I think there is like probably crafts that our governments have got. And also there are things probably that are interdimensional that are coming in and out. And there probably are things that are living in our oceans that are either a different type of human or whatever.
The ocean scares me. I'm terrified of the ocean.
Yeah.
We know more about space than we do the ocean.
I know, it's
That's
wild.
What's really scary.
Yeah, absolutely. There could be anything out there, you know. You know, we talk about mermaids and things like that.
The Loch Ness Monster is.
Yes. Yeah.
In the ocean.
I think
there's got to be some like massive things down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If what do they say, 20%? I don't even know if it's that much that we know. You know, that's a lot of space there that is just maybe, and some of it we can't even get to yet. So.
But then if we apparently can get to space, why can't we get down in the ocean?
Did we? Yeah. Did we?
So many questions, no answers. I'd love to sit in a room with these people and go like, right, what's the deal? Because if we can get up there, why can't we get down there?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'd love to take the top guy at NASA out for a drink.
Yeah.
Clubbing. And just...
If we're going to say put something in his drink.
Yeah, that sounds a bit wrong.
Ask him a load of questions. It'd be like, you can't lie. Spill the beans.
Did we land on the moon?
Yeah. Blink once.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, more weird stuff happened in Devon as well. I've got to tell you about.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Another weird thing that happened when I was a kid, and this might not be paranormal, but this was like close to where Jay's grave is. You know, it's like all moors. There's like loads of land, loads of moors, and they're very spooky, especially on like a foggy day. They look really cool.
Oh yeah.
You know? And we were driving through the moors, and I remember looking out the window, and there was like, I think it was a woman. But I'm not quite sure, but it was like a woman in a purple cloak with like a hood up walking along the moors, like in the middle of nowhere. And it could just be someone who's got a purple cloak. Yeah. Yeah. But it was very like spooky. It looked very spooky. I remember as a kid looking and being like, whoa. And this woman fell over. This person fell over, and I went to my mum and dad. I was like, Mum, Dad, there's a woman in the moors, and she's fallen over, and we didn't stop. I don't know what happened. My dad just was like, okay, not today.
Woman on the moors.
That was weird. That I sort of experienced there. Don't know. That might not be anything weird. It could literally be just a woman walking her dog on a moor that's fallen over. Hopefully, she's okay.
Yeah.
Because we didn't stop.
With that woman on the moors.
But so as I said, my nan and granddad would stay in a hotel whilst my dad was at this horse club, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
And they were staying in this hotel, which was very known as, I can't even remember the name of it, but it was known as a haunted hotel, very spooky. And they were staying in a room, and their friends were staying in another room very close by. So it was two couples together. Yeah. They were told that there was, this sounds mad, but there was a flasher in the village. So they were like warned, like on arrival to the hotel, oh guys, there's someone going around the village, flashing and
beware.
Long purple coat, hood up, flashing. and so they were warned. They were like, okay, cool. You know, hopefully we don't see that. So that night, or a couple of nights later, whatever it was, they were asleep during the night. And my nan and granddad were woken up to like a piercing scream. And my granddad, he rolled over to my nan like, do you hear that? And my nan's like, yeah. And they both like decided that the only thing it could have been is someone seen this flasher.
Yeah.
And they literally put it down to that. They were like, oh, it must be the local flasher. Someone's seen it. So that's what they put it down to.
I would have so looked out the window.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure they did. But so the next day, they've gone down for breakfast and their friends are there. And apparently the lady was like white as a ghost. And my granddad was like, you see the flasher? And she was like, no. And they were like the couple were like very shaken by what they'd saw that night. It was them that had done the scream. Because they had woken up during the night and they'd seen a woman in white walk through the wall, walk across the room, and then through the wall again. And the lady was like really affected by this. That was the scream that they heard. And so they've gone up to the reception that morning and said, look, we're staying in room such and such. This happened.
Please move us.
Please, yeah. And the lady behind the till was like, you're in room whatever it was, 30. She went, yeah, people see that all the time. No problem. We'll put you in a new room. It wasn't like, really, you saw a white lady in white.
Like, oh, that's
it was very, it was like, it was like, they was just like, yeah, it's Tuesday. You know, it didn't mean anything. It was really strange. But my nan and granddad said that woman that had that experience was never the same again after that. It actually like traumatized her to an extent. It, like, she never used to go out and stuff after that, and it really like flipped her perception of everything.
Yeah. Well, I think it would, wouldn't it? Like if you see something that, like, I suppose if there's like a, you know, how they have the chili levels. If there's like a level of spiritual interaction, that's probably like a grade or whatever. Yeah, absolutely. That it would. Not everyone sees that kind of stuff.
Absolutely, especially if if you've never seen anything, and then later on in life, as you're a little bit older, you see something like that. Yeah, you know, that's going to affect you even more, I would have thought.
Yeah, because every sense of what you believe is now just turned around.
Yeah,
so if something like that happened to my husband,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
I mean,
if your husband saw something like that, he'd be like, "What?"
He probably still wouldn't believe it.
You was right.
Why have you put a hologram? Like, why have you brought a hologram on holiday with us? I'd be like, what?
There are people like that I know that say they've had this wild experience, and they'll tell me this wild experience, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, but I still don't believe it." And I'm like,
yeah, and you're like, how?
Okay, you're never. But I've got a theory that it's like, and I understand this because with the paranormal, you can't really control it. Like, and I think a lot of people like to be in control. And if you accept the paranormal, you're not fully in control because there are things happening around us that are sort of out of our control, you know. And I think that's a big reason why some people switch it off, and I understand that. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I have a lot of things happen to me that's out of my control, definitely. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, bit weird. It's so like I have team meetings through work and stuff quite a lot, and like I'll be talking, like someone will just be talking, and I'll just be like looking at them, and I'll see like spirits behind them and stuff, and I'm just like, right, okay, can't really talk about that right now, can I?
That's wild.
I mean, I know when to say things and when to not. I had one recently. There was just me and my business partner and a guy who we both know him. And I said to him, like, do you get like things happen in your house? Because he was talking about moving, and he said something that like prompted me that was maybe like, it sounded a little bit like, oh, hopefully we'll have a bit of a quieter life type thing. And I was like, did things happen in your house quite a lot? And he went, what do you mean? And I was like, you know, like weird noises or whatever. And he went, no, why'd you say that? And I was like, oh, and then my business partner was like, Michelle sees spirits. And he was like, oh, okay. Luckily he was quite open to, and I said, yeah, the whole time you've been talking, there's been this man stood like to your left side. Whoa. And he was like, oh, okay. And I said, he just looks like an older version than you, so I presume it's like a dad or a grandfather. And he said, my dad passed away.
Whoa.
And then I was like, oh, okay. I said, he hasn't really got like a message. It seems like he's always around, like, you know, cheering you on and, you know, making sure you're okay and the kids are all right and everything. I said, he's just like always around you because he just wants to be like protective and, you know you're okay and stuff. And you could just see it like afterwards, him being like, okay, don't really know how this happened. Like, this is just a random Wednesday, but okay, here we are.
Could you see the man like in solid form next to him?
So I could see, like, physically, all I could see was like a outline, kind of like that shape, which was kind of like a, it's like a see-through, but it's blacky grey colour, like a shadow. So I see it like that, but in my head, like here, I'll get a vision of, or sometimes it's like a feeling of what I know that person would look like. Like, I know they're wearing glasses. I know they're about 6 foot tall. I know they've got like a parting this way. You know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's just like a knowing.
Yeah. It's not the craziest thing I've seen though, Tommy.
I know.
I've had some wild experiences recently, but
are you finding it's becoming more and more?
It is at the moment. I had a sort of period where I was really feeling, I think what it was is I'd gone on ADHD medication and I'd had to try like 3 different times, and they're all stimulants, so it's basically like legal speed, so it really messes with you. Some people find it really useful. I find it not useful at all. So I had to try like go on it, come off it, go on it, come off it, go on it, come off it. So it was basically like someone who takes drugs, comes off drugs, goes on drugs, comes off drugs, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So it was like really messed me up. So I was really like feeling a bit weird, and I'd obviously been diagnosed with ADHD, so I'd been dealing with that. Then I got diagnosed with autism, so I was dealing with that. Because you then have to kind of like, you have a bit of trauma around like the childhood that you could have had if someone had noticed, and you know, you could have had support in school and done really well in school because somebody paid attention, that kind of thing. So it was a hell of a lot going on. And at that period, I was like, said to my mentor, I was like, I just don't feel like I have any gifts anymore. Everything seems to have just gone. Like, I don't feel like I want to meditate. I don't feel like I want to journal. I don't really get anything when I go on paranormal investigations. I just feel like I'm existing and nothing's happening. And so we did some work, and she was doing some exercises with me. And one of them was like, she would close her eyes and she'd ask me to kind of read what was around her. So I could see her aura. I could see like this color that appeared like here, which was like a turquoisey color, which is for like mediumship and psychic abilities. And then I could see this shape this side, which was her guide. And then this other thing kept going in and out like this behind her. And I was like, what the hell is that? I've never seen it before. And so I said to her about it, and she was like, okay, we're going to try something else. I'm going to close my eyes again. When you look at me, just like squint slightly and just really like look past me, not like at me. So I did that. And what happened was her face started to change. So this man appeared with like a white powdered wig. And then there was this woman that had really long grey hair that was like really old and sort of hunched over. And then there was a woman with like one of those big white ball gown head things on. And then it started to go really quickly, like this, like all these different faces throughout time and history. And I was just like, at the end of it, I was like this. And she opened her eyes and I was like, she went, are you okay? I was like, I have no idea what the fuck I just saw. And she went, well, tell me what you saw. So I explained it to her. But basically what she'd been doing was going into a trans medium state. So when you're a medium, you have your bubble of protection. You have your guide at the edge of it, or your doorkeeper, who like allows spirit close enough, but you still have that boundary so that they can't like hop in your body and do weird shit. But she had got them so they'd come really close so that they could then take over her body and show me through changing her appearance.
Wow.
It was wild.
That is wild.
And this is the kind of thing I went downstairs and told my husband about, and he was like, right, so what's for dinner? And I'm like, how can I make that up?
Yeah. That's
it
wild.
Was insane. Yeah, and then since that's happened, like loads of stuff. I've communicated with my mum, which was the first time that's happened since she died. Which I was just in a meditative state, and she came in and I knew it was her and stuff. And I asked her like to prove to me it was her by holding my hand. And I could feel like somebody touched my hand, and I just burst into tears because I was like, I could just feel like the essence of what my mum was like when she was alive. And I was
That's
like,
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice.
I need to get you back on Let's Get Freaky.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you about this and go deep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Some wild stuff's been happening. Yeah.
Interesting. So it's growing. These abilities are growing and growing and growing. Yeah.
So she thinks what had happened is basically I had to be human for a little while to go through that changing things, but I'd obviously like learned a bit about myself and like healed some things as well. So then everything kind of went like,
wow.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Crazy.
That is
very
interesting.
Crazy.
Interesting that.
Yeah.
Man.
As to what will happen tomorrow night, who knows? Because it'll be my first proper paranormal investigation since all that's happened.
Oh, could be interesting.
Yeah, Mr. Liam Holmes will be with me, so I'll freak him out.
What a legend! Give him a hug from me.
I will do. I'll have to try and reach him.
I need to come down with you guys sometime.
You do,
I keep saying it.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, it's an amazing place, that place.
Where are you investigating tomorrow?
Sunderland Air Museum.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yes.
Yeah, so we're going there.
Is that where you had the thing last time where you heard something that you caught on your phone? Yes.
Yeah. Loads of things happen there.
So it could be an interesting
crazy
night.
Place.
Liam's
they've moved everything around recently as well. So, yeah. You have to get me and Liam on. And he'll be like, I'm not talking to her anymore. She scares the shit out of me.
Shell.
Yeah. We're no longer friends.
I love it. I love it.
She's an evil little pixie.
That's going to be interesting. We'll have to do that. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. We're going to 30 East Drive as well in January.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool,
that'll be
man.
interesting.
Yeah. So exciting things coming.
Yeah. Got a very busy year coming up for 2026. I thought I'd be slowing down, but there seems to be no chance of that happening.
Let's go. Exciting though. Exciting times.
Yeah. Definitely. Are you off to America to experiment anytime soon?
I would like to. That is the goal.
Yeah.
I would like to.
I'd love to go to the asylums over there. That would be like my number one bucket list.
Yeah. I really want to go to Salem.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a place I really want to go to. But I mean, there's loads of cool places in the US, but I think I'm going to start like New England and then venture. Go on man. The
New
American
England's
West.
A good place, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's all the same names as England. It's like home from home.
Yeah. Be like, oh, there's Yarmouth.
Manchester. They're all there.
Yeah,
Ipswich.
They probably look a lot nicer than the places over here.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Be like, well, lovely houses.
A little bit newer, yeah.
Yeah. Would be interesting. Yeah.
But that's where I'd like to go. That's where I'd like to. That's where I'd like to end up. I think that's. I love the UK.
Like
don't get me wrong. Yeah.
Mm.
I'd love to have a cabin in the woods in the US somewhere where I can do podcasting every day, get guests come in and hunt for Bigfoot as well at night. That's the goal. Yeah. That's the dream.
That'd be good. Yeah. Mine's just to own a really creepy old house.
Yeah.
Live with the ghosts. I'd love to live in an old house that I could like bring back to life, refurbish and make it all pretty and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously in a spooky way. But then have like those resident ghosts that I'm like, you know, oh, there's Dave. Just going about his business.
I don't think I could handle that.
I'd love it. You'd never not be alone. You'd never not have friends.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, at a stage, I probably would be like, "Can you just shut up?" Because
Dave, I'm in the shower, bro.
Yeah, get lost in the curve.
Please, 10 minutes, man.
I'm just having the first cup of tea of the day. Can you just like leave me alone? I'll talk to you when I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got the thing is though, spirits have no boundaries or time frames. So that's why they're quite persistent, because they just don't really gauge that stuff.
It's like time on the other side is irrelevant.
Yeah. So you have to kind of just tell them. And also they've got rid of like all kind of human emotions and stuff. So they're more, that's probably why they're a bit more like abrupt. When they give messages, they're just like, no.
They forgot we have to go to the toilet and things like that. It's like,
yeah. They just basically come out with things, and you're just like, I can't say that really. You're like, you're sure, but yeah, all right. It's so funny. So, Tommy, my final question for you.
Oh no!
I've loved your stories, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this isn't a quick fire round, so you're safe.
Okay, I've got time to think.
Yeah, at some point, we all become spirits. So when you become a spirit, what would you want to be known for?
Oh, it's a good question. It's a good question.
Thanks. Came up with it all by myself.
I think I would. The best thing would be like a loving family man that looked after his kids and wife, and was a good dude. That's what I want to be remembered for. Just being a nice dude that anyone could talk to, and because that's what I think. I think I'm open to anyone to come and talk to me. Anyone, even people skeptics, even your husband, come talk to me, man. I'm open, and I think that's what I'd like to be remembered as. Just a loving family man.
That's good. I think you definitely would get remembered as that.
Oh.
Liam kind of went on that line of like being obviously a good dad and stuff. Yeah. But he also said that he had a special skill, and that was being a twat. And he's very skilled at being a twat. And I was like, and I just went, you mean like a lovable twat? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'd agree.
I get that. Yeah. That's nice, isn't it?
I can see that, yeah.
I think we're all lovable twats in a way.
Yeah.
To someone, anyway.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. Yeah. That did make me laugh. I was like, right, okay, so you'll be known as a twat, that's fine. We'll roll with that.
What's yours? Have you said yours? Are you allowed to say yours?
I haven't said mine, no. So I think I was having a kind of conversation with someone about this yesterday, about another project that I've obviously got to do in 2026. And I said my whole reason for like doing all of this is because I've seen so many people in my family that have had like amazing stories, amazing gifts, amazing like potential, but never reached it because of something stopping them, or a fear, or, you know, a trauma, something like that. But I would like to go out with people saying like, she did as much as she could in the time that she had. Yeah. Because absolutely. I have that big thing, like I want to accomplish so much, and I don't want to like go to the grave being like, oh, I could have written that book, I should have done that, I should have done this. I just want to think of it, do it, and get out.
That's the best way to be.
Yeah,
that is the best way to be, and you're doing it. So
people might be like, she just worked too much, she worked herself into an early grave,
too many books, too many films. I'm with you. I think that is a great one, actually. I think that's important. Live your dreams, go for it, and do it now. Don't wait for tomorrow.
Life's too short. Yeah, don't wait for tomorrow. I think it was because I spoke about this with someone the other day. It was actually Chris from True Hauntings. I said to him about he's amazing, isn't he?
Yeah.
When I first had my first like proper mental health breakdown, I went to the doctors and asked them for help, and they were like, oh, we'll just give you a tablet to keep you numb. And I was like, I'm already numb. Like, what are you doing? So I was like, well, sod this, I'll go like help myself. And I put literally into YouTube like motivational speeches or something. And this guy, Les Brown, came up, and he was basically saying how many songs, poems, movies, books and all of that have gone to the grave because people didn't believe in themselves enough to actually like make the movie, make the film. And I was like, I said, well, I don't want to be like that. I want to be like somebody who actually like puts as much as they can out into the world to like make a difference, and not go to the grave thinking I could have done something.
Yeah, no regrets.
So exactly.
Absolutely. That's a cool one.
It is. I like to think so.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's inspired somebody.
And you're doing it as well, which is the main thing. You're doing it. You know?
I try.
You're creating, and you're doing what you want to do, following your passion. Yeah. That's the best thing.
Yeah. And it's all how this podcast came about, really. So
yeah.
Keep going. Enjoy it. I will do. I will do.
You need to put this out as a reel with like inspirational music behind it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Cheesy.
Yeah. Cheesier the better.
Oh no. I could see myself doing it now and be like, cringe.
Just do it. Yeah.
I would put some like doves in the background. Like what was it? Like a transparent like beach scene over the top. Yeah. God.
Oh, I love it.
I'm just going to do that for shits and giggles now.
Do it. You've got to do it, please.
Just you wait. It's going to be the cheesiest thing you've ever. No, my luck though, that would get like 1 million views or something, and I'd be viral. Like, I did that once, like for my what was it? I did. There was an image of like my dog. It was a video of my husband like walking my dog and her going into the sea or coming out of it or something, and I put like some motivational thing on it, and that has honestly been the most popular thing I've ever done.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, it's always dogs.
There
like,
you
anything
go.
you do with a pet.
People love dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to start putting them in everything I do.
Just start every video with a puppy.
Yeah. It's my new marketing thing. So, Tommy, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
If people want to find you, where can they find you?
Wherever you get your podcast, Tommy Cullum's Let's Get Freaky, Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast, Let's Get Freaky.
Fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Go listen to it because it's brilliant.
Thank you.
It's one of my top podcasts that I listen to.
And I always love talking to you. So thank you.
Yeah, I love talking to you too. I'll definitely have to come back on.
Yes.
With Liam as well.
Very soon.
I'll try and get my husband on.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We can block out his face if he doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll leave that technical thing to you. I don't know how you do that, but I'll just like wear a balaclava.
Yeah. Put a mask on.
Yeah, just tape up your face. Just do what Andy does these days.
Yeah,
with sunglasses.
Just change your identity. Yeah, absolutely. Glasses, bosh.
We'll have to see. Yeah, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
That'll all be coming soon, maybe. Well, thank you for coming on, Tommy. As always, you're always welcome. And thank you, everyone else, for watching. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Drop in the comments if you've been to Devon and experienced some weird stuff. If you've been to France and experienced some weird stuff. We all know that I'm a big fan of France and the chateaus. I love them. Obsessed with them is probably the word that I'd use. And just keep watching, keep liking, go check Tommy out, and keep having some weird experiences. And we'll see you all on the next one. Bye.
Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown on Shell's After Dark archives. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a story that sends chills down your spine. I'd love to hear about your own paranormal experiences, so drop a comment or send me a message. Your story might even be featured in a future episode, and if you're loving the show, please leave a like and share it with your fellow seekers of the supernatural. For those who want even more exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and bonus episodes, join the membership. You'll find the link in the description below. Your support keeps the lights off and the stories coming. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and keep exploring the shadows. See you in the archives, after dark.